Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I usually do. It's to tell you a little bit about myself, how I was able to build a house in Mexico, a vacation home. Right now it is a vacation home. At the time it was a home that we were planning on going to live in Mexico. And I want to tell you that if we were able to do it by working almost like in the minimum wage, if we were able to do it, that anybody can do it, that anybody can pay their bills if they put their mind to it. Anybody can do whatever they want if they just budget and save. So I wanted to kind of put a little bit something together so that you guys can understand a little bit of how I started and how I became to retire early. And I'm not retired by the government. I just took early retirement, which I just stopped working. I got fed up with working because of the fact that I have a lot of problems with anxiety, stress, and panic attacks. So we got to a point where I was not able to work because I was most of the time I was in the hospital or in the doctors, but they did not take me off of any kind of disability or anything. They just gave me medications, and I was the one that was able to get myself out of the problem or out of the hole that I was in. So I want to tell you guys a little bit today of how we became what we are today, which, like I said, I'm not rich or anything, but I am able to live on the income that my homes are bringing, which, like I said, I am still budgeting, and I have a strict budget for me to live on and to do what I need to do, pay my bills, do whatever needs to be done. I'm still in a budget, but I'm able to live without working. My husband doesn't work either. It's just me and my husband. We don't work. Just my two kids. We live with my two kids, and I wanted to let you guys know. I'm gonna read a little bit of what I wrote here because sometimes things don't come out the way I want them to come. So I wrote a little bit of my thoughts down, and I'm hoping that it makes sense. But like I said, I did not finish high school, and also I'm not any computer smarts or anything like that. I don't know anything about computers. I must write everything down, and I just want to let you guys know. And it's just to give you guys, like, to give you guys a thought where you can do it too. If I did it, you can do it. Okay, so I'm going to start by I married in 1996 with a illegal Mexican man. In 2001, he was legalized by President Clinton. Thanks to President Clinton, if the people that were married to a United States citizen, which I am a United States citizen, he was able to get his not citizenship, but his where he can work here in the United States. So I'm a Portuguese. I came from Portugal. Portuguese and Mexicans are two different things. We understand a little bit of the language, but it's two different languages, two different cultures. But I met my husband, and he is the perfect husband. And of course, we sometimes have a little, snaps here and there, but we pretty much agree with everything. We talk over and we agree with what or the projects or whatever we want to do in life. We pretty much are compatible. So I came, like I said, I came over here at the age of 8, and I started school. When I became 18, I worked for Foster Farms for it's a poultry plant, which I thank Foster Farms for giving me that opportunity. I started at the age of 18, I think $5 and I want to say 26 an hour. It was very low, but at the time everything was a lot. It wasn't expensive like it is right now. So I started working myself up. I worked really hard to be able to save, and my husband too, for him to, we both worked hard, and we saved our money. I've always budgeted where I would use one of the checks to save all of it, and the other one I would budget where it would be for groceries and pay the bills. And we didn't have a whole lot of bills, but then we didn't have a whole lot of things either. So by saving and budgeting, like I always say, saving and budgeting and working hard is the key to everything. Because when I worked for the government in 2000, I was already working part-time for the government, and I was making $15 an hour. And my husband was a dairy farm worker. And when I worked for USDA, I was working because from Foster Farms, it's the same kind of work. It's work related where you see the inspectors inspecting the meats and all that. And I was always interested in being able to do that kind of work. So I would force myself to do my job and learn their job. And then one day I talked to some of my food inspector friends, and they told me how to apply, and I applied. And when I applied, I was still working in these plants, Foster Farms plants, and was working at dairy cow plants doing the inspection. I started working, like I said, for $15 an hour in 2000 for USDA, but I was only working part-time. Afterwards, I think I just worked like, I want to say maybe towards a year of part-time, and then I applied for full-time, and I got full-time position at 17 an hour. I got a raise of $1. But like I said, I was always working really, really hard. I would work anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week. And the reason why I say 7 days a week was that I would work Sunday nights. I would work night shift Sunday nights. And then I would work my full 8. If people called in sick, I would work an extra 4 hours. Then other people would call me if they didn't want to work their overtime, they would call me, and I would get up from my bed and I would go and work their overtime. Sometimes I would get like 20 something hours an hour for working the overtime. So I would do that, and I was able to save a lot of money. It was a lot of hard work, and it was very, very hard because I had my kids that were small at the time, and it was very hard to do that. But we did. We were able to work hard. We never gave our kids up for babysitting. I would work night shift. My husband would work day shift. He would take care of the kids until I got home, and then he would take over, and he would go to work, and I would take care of the kids. Then they started school. That was a lot of, was better for me. But I slept sometimes 3-4 hours a day, and that was it, to go work again nighttime, and then to work, again daytime. And then I would work on Saturday when the plants were working on Saturday. I would work on that Saturday, which would be my 6th day, on daytime. And then I would start again on Sunday night, start my whole shift again. So I was working 7 days a week, plus taking care of my kids, and plus cleaning my house. It was a lot. It was a lot of hard work. I don't even want to think about it, but, I overcame it. And me and my husband, by working together and saving, we were able to do our dreams. Like I said, my husband in 2000, he became legalized. But we were building our home. We were thinking that we were going to be going over there to live. So we built a very nice house. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. And it's really nice inside. We're going to be going to Mexico in May 1st. And I will videotape a little bit so you guys can see our home. At the time, it cost $45,000 to do our home, to build our home. Let's put it this way. My husband was the one that designed the home by just making squares and making how he wanted everything and the size of everything, and they were able to build it the way my husband wanted it to be built. Like I said, the house costed $45,000. We only had $20,000 saved up at that time. It took about 2 years for us to be able to build the house, because over there too, it's portions that needs to be done, and that needs to be fixed or built, in other words, to be built. So it's portions of the home. So, and also we would send whatever we could. We sometimes would be able to send every 2 months, $5,000 we would send, and they would put, would fix other things that needed to be fixed. We also did, it's called San Juan for the people that speak Spanish. We built our home, but inside, it's all around our house. It's got brick walls, really high brick walls, and it's got metal doors, and it's got like an arc where the two doors, metal doors connect. So, it's safe where we're at, but nobody can come in unless we open the doors. So that cost us quite a bit there too. And then over there, it's different from here. They have to build a tank where they hold the water for your everyday use, to water your plants, to do for the bathroom water, for washing your clothes, washing your dishes. But the water that you drink with, you have to buy. That's that water. Well, some people drink from it when it comes in the hose when the city opens the water, but normally you don't drink that water. But they say it's safe to drink. I don't know. I've never drank it. When we go over there, we buy our water, bottled water, so we've never done that. But we were able to, like I said, by working very hard, we were able to build our home. But we also had a lot of sacrifices too, because the sacrifice was that, okay, we never went out to eat. That's the money that we would go out to eat with. That's the money we were saving. We didn't really, we bought clothes. We had clothes and everything, but we were not always at the stores buying clothes. And we always, also the dairy gave us half of a cow of meat. So we always had meat. But we would buy just the vegetables and things, but I would always look for the sales too. So in order to be able to save, there's got to be, a strict, how am I going to say, you have to be strict in saving, because you can't be able to save and either to pay your bills or to do, or you want to buy a house to put that money. The money that usually goes, it's more of the money that you go out to eat with, the clothes that you go that you buy, things that we buy that we don't need, all that stuff. We're able to just put it away, and by budgeting and by saving, and when we go to the grocery store, I would go after the sales. That also helped. There's a number of things that you can do to be able to pay or to be able to save your money. In 2005, my husband had a really bad accident. A cow climbed on him, and he was not able to work. When we took him to the doctor, and to the chiropractor, they told him that his body was of an 80-year-old man's body. His body was very, and he at the time was 30, I want to say 34, 35, around there. And his body was already all messed up. It took a lot of years for him to be able to be at the point that he is today, but he at least is able to look after our things, that our homes, our rental homes, that we were able to buy too, by me working hard. He would take care when he was home and he wasn't able to work. He was taking care of my kids. Not really taking care of them because they were already 4 and 5, but he was watching them, let's put it this way, because when I got home from work, I would cook, and I've always had like frozen foods, which it wasn't always the best foods, but it was foods that when I was tired and we at least had food for my kids to eat, because the toll came up on me where I was doing all the work and I was able to save. It was almost like saying that I was working 2 jobs, because I was working basically every day. And sometimes I would not work on Sundays. And when I didn't work on Sundays, I had to, clean my house, do my laundry, do everything, because my husband wasn't able to help me with that. Because he was in such a high pain level, and he wasn't even able, his knees were really bad, and he was not able to help me a lot. So, and it was hard. I'm not going to tell you that it wasn't hard for me. I took a big responsibility on top of us, because we had just bought our home here too, in the United States. And this was in 2005. So by 2005, I had already 2 homes. And plus the home already in Mexico was already built. So in 2005, I bought a house. I was in church. And when I came out of church, there was a flyer stuck on my window. And there was a house for $67,000. It was a 3-bedroom, living room, dining room, 1 bathroom, a garage, and it was it's pretty big. I don't remember the square footage of it right now, but that was our first home that we bought. After church, we went over there, we took a look at it, and we had $10,000 back in 2005 already saved up, and we were able to buy that home. We put the $10,000 down on the home. By me working hard and saving, I was able to put money, and at the time I was already getting $16.50 an hour. So I was able to put that money away, because I was working, like I said, most of the time 7 days a week, and always working overtime. Every overtime that I could get, I would get. And that money I would put away, which it was, I was getting like $20-something an hour for overtime. So I was doing really, really, really good on that overtime. And that was basically the money that, most of it that I was saving was the overtime money. After that, I had a neighbor of mine. Her name was Dora. She was in her late 60s. And she was living with one of her friends. She called him her friend, but she was living with a male that supposedly they were companions. And she had a house next to mine that was a 2-bedroom, and she had just remodeled it because the government, she was on a low income. The government, they had some loans that they would give to them that they would not have to pay back unless they would sell the place. And she used it to remodel the house. She always, we were the best of friends, and she wanted me to have her house. So in 2006, she came up to me and asked me if I was able to buy her house. She wanted me to have her house. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, living room, and it was a big backyard and front yard. And she wanted me to have that house. And I asked her how much she wanted for the house. And she said she wanted $50,000, which at that time, $50,000 was great for that house because it was all remodeled. And it was like basically brand new. And so I went to Bank of America and I got my loan from them. Oh, before that, I'm going too far. I told her that I was able to buy it, but I had just bought that house, and the house that I was living in, which the one for 67,000. And if she gave me a year, I would try to cut down as much as I can, and also be able to save to be able to put on the money down on the other home. So she waited a year. After she waited that year, she came and talked to me again, various times. But after the year came, she came to talk to me and she asked me if I wanted to buy, if I was ready to buy her house. And I said that I was. I had at the time already had cut my house down to 37,000. I had already put down on my home $30,000, and I had an extra 5,000 to be able to put down on the house that was $50,000. When I went to the bank to borrow the money, they asked me what was wrong with it, because $50,000 for a home that was it was cheap at that time, because houses were going higher than the 67,000. They were already in their 80s and 90s. And I told the bank, well, if there's a problem, I want you guys to go over there and see. If there's a problem, point it out to me, because I certainly don't see a problem. So what I'm trying, I'm going to stop here because I don't want to make this video too long. But what I'm trying to tell you guys, it's the key to the story, in other words, is that anybody can do it by working hard and saving. But also at that time, I was not going out to eat. I was always making my food at home. I always, we had clothes, but we weren't always buying clothes. We would do things with the kids that did not require money. Like we would take them to the park. We would take them to the river. We would take them. Also, we would buy them Happy Meals. At the time, the Happy Meals was not expensive, but we would buy them the Happy Meals, but we didn't buy hamburgers for us. If we did any hamburgers, it would be homemade hamburgers for us. We would buy them a Happy Meal because, of course, the kids know about the Happy Meal and the toy, and I think they wanted more the Happy Meal for the toy than anything else. But yeah, we would buy things for the kids, and they had their goodies, and they had, their foods that they liked. But for us, we would sacrifice ourselves in not buying or going out to buy what we wanted, to be able to save for what we have today. Now, today, like I told you guys, we are not rich or anything, but we are able to live on the income of our homes. But yet, like I said, we have a lot of debt, and we still have debt, because we just bought a couple homes last year, and we bought a home this year in 2021. We bought 2 homes. In 22, we bought 1 home, and it was together with my sons. My sons also work hard. They also save all their money because they live. In other words, it's the home that we live in. It's their home. They say it's mama's home because of the fact that I always worked. I always saved. They saw how hard I worked, and they wanted to do that for me, even though I don't need them to do it. But it's like a thanks of all the hard work that I did, and they saw how I was able to do a lot of things on my own, and they want to thank me. So they bought this house for me. And they say that it's mine until I live. And once I die, then it's theirs because it's in their name and it's their home. But we split rent 3 ways, and I help them with the electric, the water, and then on the food bill. I usually do the food bill, and because I'm the one that buys the food. But then when they go to the stores too, they always ask me, Mom, what do I need? And if I need something, then I have them pick it up for me. And if not, then when I budget my, which I budget, but I use my Visa. But I have a limit that I use on my Visa because I get 5% on rewards, and sometimes I let it grow, and sometimes I go and check my rewards. I have from anywhere from $300 to $400, and that's money there that free money to me because I try to pay my Visa off as soon as I can. So I've paid my visas by budgeting and saving. I've always paid them, but then I add on to them because they're mostly visas that are for our home. Like Lowe's is for all the repairs, and Bank of America is for like the electric, the gas, all of that stuff goes into that, plus the insurance. I have it on auto pay so I don't miss any payments. So when my homes come, when I need to pay the insurance and the earthquake insurance and all of that, they take it out of my Visa, and then I make a lump sum. Sometimes I can pay it all at once. Sometimes it takes 2-3 months. It just depends how much I have going on that Visa, but I do pay it, and sometimes I clear it off, and then I go back again and add on to it. So that's why right now I'm making payments from last year, from all the homes that came in, the insurance and the homes that we bought. So I'm paying as much as I can, and then I'm also doing the envelope challenge. That is that I thought that's going to be for paying either both or one. I don't know, because I'm always making payments, and I'm always doing what I can and always doing extras on my envelope challenge, my envelopes too, on my sinking funds. I am saving a little bit aside. So when for example, if I give $1,000, if I have 400 saved, I give 1,400 on the month that I see that I need to give more. So I'm doing extra little things where I can try to see if I can pay my Visa off at once. So those are, I just wanted to let you guys know that if I did it, anyone can do it. Just start. The important thing is that you start, and the money that you save, try not to touch that money. Try to build up your credit, try to pay off your debt, and then try to put the money away on or even if you put $100 every time to a savings and add to it. If you can do 100, do 100. If you can do 2, do 2. If you can do 50, do 50. But open up an account that that's going to be for your home, and that you are going to add to it, and whatever goes in there, you do not touch. Because that's what I do. I could touch any of this money that I need to touch for whatever reason. But I do have an account with Bank of America, and that is for my homes. If there's any emergency that comes up, anything, or if, for example, someone leaves from one of the homes and they didn't pay me the rent, they left without paying, and if I needed to make a payment, that's an emergency for me because my homes, I've never been late on them, so I pay out of that. But otherwise, my money that I save at the bank, it is for emergencies only and for the business only. If not, I do not touch that money for nothing. So that's one of the things that it's hard for some people to do, is by saving. Sometimes they go and touch it. If it's an emergency that comes up, that you, for example, that you have a bill that needs to be paid, but if you can wait for your next check, then wait for it. Try to make plans with the company or with the person to be able to pay on your next check, so you won't go touch that money from the bank. That's what I would always do, always budgeted, always worked around where I would never, the money that goes to the bank, I would never touch that money. I would always let it grow and grow. Right now, you don't make money. At the time, we were making $15, $16 in interest. Now, interest is very low. It's starting to go up again a little bit, but it's low. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things that I could tell you guys, things about my life, things how I bought my homes and was able to be able to buy my homes, what I did. but it's just if you guys are interested. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that anybody can do. If I did it back then, doing $5-6 an hour and raising up to $7 and $8 an hour, anybody can do it too. I know everything is higher right now, but then you know, minimum wage and people that are not getting minimum wage, you know, they're making a little bit more too. But the key to everything is budget, save, and when you go buy, try to always buy things that are on sale, and try not to buy things that an impulse buy and just buy something that's expensive. And the money that you save, yes, if you save money on groceries or whatever, it's always good to put it into either challenges to make your to save more at home with your challenges, like I'm doing on my $10,000 challenge, which I can't wait till I'm done and have $10,000 in my hand and show you guys that I was able to do it. And I don't, I just want to help people. I'm the person that I want to help, because I've started from the bottom and with no high school diploma, no college degree, no nothing. And I was able to buy my homes, and my kids are doing the same thing today because I teach them what to do. I teach them how to budget. I teach them that what they put in the bank do not touch. And always to go after the sales. That's the main thing right there. Is not just because, for example, you like this and this is $50. Well, wait for it if it comes down on sale, and then maybe you can get it for $10 instead of buying the $50, and the $40 you can save and put it away in your bank and be able to save. So if you like what I've said and you like this video, please give me a comment, and I would love to answer any questions that you have of how I was able to save, or anything that you have any questions on. But like I said, May 1st, I'm going to be going to Mexico. I do have videos that are programmed that my son is going to be putting them up. I am sorry I won't be able to do replies on your guys's or comment on your guys's videos until I come back. I'm going for 6 weeks. When I get there, I am not taking no money from here. When I get there, because my husband has where our house is and the land that, it's not that much, but the land that he has, his brother works it and they split in half. So the brother works it, and he gets, when they sell the avocados and stuff, my husband gets half and he gets half so of the money. So when I get there, we have, you know, some money saved there for us. So we never take any American money. When we get there, we budget with the money that we have there from Mexico. And I am going to be doing different videos, because I want you guys to see how we live there, how the budget is, how people, what's the amount of money that people get when we sell something, how much we got from it. You know, just little things so that you guys can see that, you know, budget and saving, it pencils. You will make it, but it just takes some time. Sometimes it takes years to be able to achieve your goal. But like I said, I've been married 26 years with my husband, and I was able to, because this is my second marriage, so, but I was able to save, and I started 2 businesses from the bottom. I started the first business with my first husband, and we sold it because it wasn't doing good, and then we started this one with my second husband. I married him in 1996, and we have, you know, a few homes. Like I said, he didn't have no degree either. I didn't have no degree. He didn't finish high school. He didn't even go to high school because his high school was there in Mexico. Over here, he didn't have no high school. And me, I only went up to 11th grade here I was going to 11th grade. I finished 10th, but I was going to 11th, and I did not finish those 2 years of high school. But sometimes it's not just finishing high school. I mean, because of the fact that it just takes a lot of willpower and a lot of hard work to be able to save. Sometimes it's not, my kids don't have, they have a high school diploma, but they didn't go, none of them went to college, and they're all doing really, really good. I have 5 kids, and they're all doing good. They all have their homes. They're all, some of them are self-employed. Some of them are working, my daughter's working for an insurance company. My 2 sons are managers for a company. So they're all doing good, and they're all making good money. So, and that's what the key is working hard and saving your money. And even if you have to get 2 jobs, if you really want to accomplish a goal, then yes, go by all means, do 2 jobs, because you could live with one job, and the other one you could just save for as long as you can handle the 2 jobs. And save that money, and you will achieve your goals. You will do that. Well, I don't know how long this video is. If I have to split it into 2, I will. Also, I wanted to tell you guys about, this is a true story of a vet that was working with me at the poultry plant, and also at the beef plant. And he went to college, of course, to become a vet. And I didn't go to college or anything. In 2008, I believe, he bought his house, his first house, and I had already 4 homes by then. And I bought a home with him. I bought one that was, because in 2008, 2009, houses were high like they are right now. I bought my house for $250,000. He bought his for $500,000. And of course, he made a lot more than me, and he did a lot of overtime. But because his wife was a person that spent a lot of money, she had to have, he told me, I don't know if it's true or not, 5 of everything. So she would spend a lot of money, and of course she wanted the $500,000 home, which he put $100,000 down on that home, but his payment was high. After I want to say about a year into it, around a year or a year and a half, I don't remember quite how it was. He came up to me and he said, Fatima, how are you doing with your home? I said, I'm fine. My home is rented out. I rented it out, and it's paying the payment. Plus, I have a little bit left over from it. But, of course, I have taxes and insurance that I have to collect. And once I have the taxes and insurance for the year, then whatever's left over, if it's a couple months, then it's mine. And like I said, I've always worked a lot of overtime, always worked hard. Anywhere that they would call me to do their overtime, I would go. He told me that he was losing his house. And I felt so bad. And I thought to myself, but how? And I asked him, what happened? And he said, well, I have too many bills. And of course, the payment is so high. House is dropped. And I can't do it. He goes, I just can't. And there's no sense in it. And houses had dropped then again. And he, of course, did not want to pay that big payment when houses had dropped again. So, yeah. So, like I said, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of savings. And be, conscientious of when you go buy something. Make sure that you can afford it. If you can't afford it, then, try not to buy it. Because in the long run, then it's just going to put you in a bad spot. So that's all I wanted to say to you all. I hope that you guys at least thought of what I said, put it into your life and put it into good use. I just want to thank all of you if you stayed until the end of this video. This one was just a lot of talking, but I did want to tell you guys that I am able to live on early retirement. I don't have to work anymore. My husband doesn't work anymore. We are able to take trips right now. I'm still, budgeting and saving for trips, but we are able to do it. And we are just living our lives right now. Now we could honestly say that if we want to go out and eat, we can, except they don't like to go out and eat a lot. My family doesn't. They rather do a barbecue, or rather, me make food here at the house. But once in a while, I tell them, whoever wants to go with me, go, and whoever wants to stay, stay. But I am going out to eat. So, and then, like I said, like, I'm 58 years old. This is my time to live it up. And I am going to be starting to live up my life. And I want to see things and do things that I didn't do when I was younger. So, and like I tell my kids, there's a time for everything. There's a time to work. There's a time to enjoy. And I worked before, and now I'm starting to enjoy right now. So since I have my house in Mexico, we enjoy a lot in Mexico. We go a lot to Mexico this year. This is going to be my second time, and I am budgeting again. If you guys see my sinking funds for Mexico, probably, I want to say I want to go in October. It's really a good time to go in October to Mexico. So in October or December, one of the two, we are going to go again this year, because when COVID hit, we were not able to go. And now we did do some savings to be able to go this year. And so we're going to take advantage of living in our home, me and my husband, living in our home there in Mexico, and being able to go out and eat over there, because like I said, the money that's over there is for us to just live it up. And we do. When we go over there, we eat, we save, we go out. We also cook some at home, but that's my time to go out and have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, or a like. In other words, I don't know why I always say thumbs up, but a like, comment, and please subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, anything, I am able to answer them in any way that you want me to answer. If you want me to answer by a comment, if you want me to answer whatever you want, it's whatever you want. I am here for anybody that wants to be able to ask me, or any questions about saving, anything. I will be able to answer them. So we will see you guys. And don't forget that if I don't comment in your guys' channels by May 1st, it's a Sunday. I'm already in Mexico, 6:30 in the morning, Mexican time, which would be over here, let's see, 4:30 on Sunday. 4:30 in the morning here. I will be over there already, reaching Mexico, and I will be there for 6 weeks. And when I come back, I'm gonna have a lot of footage, a lot of budgeting, but also a lot of little videos for you guys to see what I bought, how much it was, where I went to buy, things like that, when we go out to eat, how much we spent, all of that. So you guys can see that in Mexico, if you have American money and you go on a trip to Mexico, you are able to live good. But like I said, I don't take any money from here, because we have money that is waiting for us over there. So we will see you. Bye.